Come on, he's almost dead. No! Welcome to another sensual review, and today we will be checking out Realm of the Mad God Exalt. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this game caught me off guard. I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected. If you do enjoy our review, please make sure to like and subscribe as it greatly supports us with this vicious YouTube algorithm. Now, let's begin. This cute little vicious indie game created by Wild Shadow Studios and Deca Games has become infamous for some of the most intense battles you'll ever face in your life. Players have been flocking to it and loving every moment of it, including myself, to be honest. The gameplay is infectious, and the 8-bit graphics are beautifully plastered onto the canvas. So let's talk about the Realm of the Mad God Exalt in detail. The Mad God Oryx has decided to call upon you. You shall become a delectable meal for his ravenous, ever-hungry, starving minions, just like any of the other thousands of players who make up the vibrant game world. You're called to the Realm of the Mad God, but you've got plans of your own, and you're not going to go down that easily. Now, your one and only objective is not to survive, but rather to venture outside of the hub area. Blast the despicable creatures that come to try to eat you, gather items and loot, become stronger and more powerful so that you can eventually take on the fight to the Mad God himself. Realm of the Mad God Exalt, sometimes known as rotmg, is an enjoyable and difficult game that calls for pattern identification, practice, and lots of dying. There's nothing more frustrating than dying with a bunch of items on your character, but that's also what makes the game so much fun to play. The thrill of high risk, high reward gameplay. It definitely takes a lot of time to level up new classes in Realm of the Mad God Exalt, and properly exploring the exciting and interesting content can also be a Goliath task. Most importantly though, the grinding during mid to late game dungeons to improve your character's overall stats is also the toughest section of the game. However, with a gameplay loop that complicated, heavily diverse, and full of action, you can really test your luck and patience, along with your skills in some of the game's most dangerous dungeons once you've maxed out your character's stats and acquired some quality gear. Realm of the Mad God is a bullet hell shooter where you basically murder as many pixelated foes that can appear on your screen at any given moment. The game reduces the cycle of life and death to brief sequences of routines, and every time you die you are sent back to the beginning. Death can come quite quickly in this game, and with permadeath enabled, each time you die it's pretty frustrating. However, what makes this game even more difficult is that the game caps your level off at level 20 for each character. Moreover, since there is no storyline attached, there's no big quests or ulterior motives out there either. All you have to do is kill the Mad God. So you just click frantically and hope for the best, hoping that you kill enough Oryx's minions until you eventually end up reaching the Mad God himself for a battle of a lifetime. There's one problem with the game that I encountered though. It's that it's not very new player friendly. New players may have trouble understanding the game once they start it up. A lot of the content here is specifically designed for veterans and the like, so there's a lot of bias in the early game design structure. It doesn't even tell you simple things, such as if you have a big enough wallet, you can acquire stuff such as pets, which can heal and restore mana to the players in massive amounts. Nor does the game tell you about the vault space, which still remains even after your character dies. Moreover, character slots are also available in the game, which you don't get a tutorial on. At least the game is very free-to-play friendly, even though it makes you grind so much that it might not matter after a bit. For example, it's possible to obtain a maximum level pet for free, but it takes a lot of grinding. This is where the game brings in its microtransaction system, where buying in-game currency worth real money can help you in advancing quickly. Get vaults and character slots along with pets and cosmetic items as well. My favorite part, honestly, is cosmetics. I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. Of course, you can sometimes get vaults and character slots as login rewards or prizes from random special events, but the consistency isn't too great in that regard. The one thing that I would suggest every Realm of the Mad God Exalt player is to find a group of buddies to play the game with. It's always important to have a friend or two. This can make farming dungeons much faster and much more enjoyable. The reason for that is because most of the dungeons will guarantee loot for at least 2 people, and the probability of receiving rare drops is the same for every single player in the server. If you're not using those items right away, then you can end up storing the items and using them later on or to make cocktails that are much more potent. Think about storing those items in your vault for potential use or feeding it to your pet. So you either have buddies playing with you, or you can make sure that if you check different servers to find good connection for yourself. Moreover, other players will be there and you can probably join them and have some fun. This game is an MMO, so you've got plenty of friends to truly enjoy it at its peak. At the end of the day, Realm of the Mad God Exalt turns out to be a little bit of a pay-to-win mystery. It might be a little confusing, but the main reason for that is that you can just spend thousands of dollars into this game, buy epic-looking special armor sets, max-level pets, a huge vault, and a ton of character slots, and then instantly die to the first enemy in the Godlands if you're not paying attention. It takes time and patience to learn the insides and outs of this game, to figure out what kit best works for you and what class best suits your playstyle. Moreover, the game is unforgiving. It won't give you time to flourish just because you spent money on it. It doesn't care. In the end, understanding the game, building your mechanical skill, and quick, reflexive thinking takes precedence in this game. As always, we truly appreciate your time and thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to like and subscribe as it greatly supports us. We hope you have an incredible day.